Hey y'all, welcome back to My Pop Heart. I am your host, Meli. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you all. Thank y'all for being patient with the audio recordings. Soon, I'm not going to say when because I don't want to make any promises, but soon we will be back to video episodes. But right now, thank you for holding tight. I'm staying loyal to these audio only episodes. And if you want to see pictures of me, just go to my Instagram and you can like stare at my picture while you listen to the podcast. That's kind of like the same thing, I think. Um a lot has been going on and I'm so excited. I just have some big plans and some big news coming up for the weeks to come. So make sure you are subscribed and you like and that you comment because I really do want to hear from everybody. So definitely comment what you think and what I should talk about next. Like I said a few episodes ago, that the first 10 episodes of this podcast will be kind of like trial runs to see what works and what I like to do and what I like to talk about and how I want the episodes to go and like the flow of everything. So this one is also going to be a different type of episode that I usually do. So I've done like the current pop culture news and what's going on now, and I've done like TV recaps, reality TV show recaps. I've done the history of entertainment of Lindsay Lohan. I've done some like Mean Girls like skits, a little like going through the lines and talking about which ones I like the most, just going into like the movie Mean Girls. I have done like a decade back episode where I talked about, you know, pop culture things that happened a decade ago in 2014. This episode and this segment will be about my pop review, movie reviews. So I've been watching a lot of movies lately. With my job, I can watch so many movies for free in theaters. And so I've been taking advantage of that lately. And I've been watching so many movies. And so, for all of you that are like interested or just like don't have the money to like waste your time and go pay almost 20 bucks. It's like movies now are like $15. Some places it's like $17. So if you don't want to like waste your time or anything, you came to the right place because I'm going to give you a review of all the movies that I've seen lately. And, so you can determine, because I really do have good taste in like movies and music and everything. So yeah, I'm going to give a review. And after my review, you can decide on if you want to go see the movie or not. I've seen 9 movies. Span of 3 weeks. I've seen 9 movies. That's a lot of movies. Like going to theaters and seeing it. It's a lot of movies. Also, they're doing some like yard work outside of my place. And so if y'all hear some like lawnmowers and shit, just please try to tune it out. Just follow my voice. Follow my voice, guys. It is kind of annoying. And I was like, of course they start working on the yard right whenever I'm about to record. But we're going to get through it. It's still going to be an amazing episode and you're still going to be entertained and everything. So let's get into it. The first movie that I want to talk about is called My Old Ass. And so this one is a comedy and drama. And this stars Aubrey Plaza. I love Aubrey Plaza. There's nothing that she. Okay, I spoke too soon. And you're going to know why. You're going to know why later on in this episode. But I was going to say there's nothing that Aubrey Plaza is in that I just absolutely do not like. Everything that she's been in, I like. Except one of the movies I'm going to talk about later was absolutely trash. But My Old Ass was so good. This is what My Old Ass is about. This is like the little snippet of what I see on IMDb. A mushroom trip brings free spirited Elliot face to face with her 39-year-old self. But when Elliot's old ass delivers warnings to her younger self, Elliot realizes she has to rethink everything about her family, life, and love. I thought this movie was just absolutely oof, heartwarming. This movie was so so much better than I thought it was going to be. I literally went to go watch. I was bored, and I was just like, let me just go watch this movie. I saw the trailer maybe once or twice, and I was like, and the other movies that I wanted to see were not playing at that time, but I was just really wanting to just go see a movie. I was like, I guess I'll see my old ass. I was pleasantly surprised. The movie was really good. It was very just the emotions were just real. Like I felt like the actors are really going through it. Like that's how you know it's a good movie it just feels real. Like that you're just sitting watching somebody's like life going. It was really good. I'm now a fan of the actress that played a young Aubrey Plaza, Macy Stella. I now love her. She was a great actress. I love her character. It's just a really good movie, very heartwarming. I suggest bringing your friends to go watch it. It was funny. The jokes were actually really funny, and the drama was there. It's just really good. I gave that a 10 out of 10. I liked my old ass. Okay, next. Oh, there we go. This is the next one. Megalopolis. Megalopolis. Jesus, take the wheel. Megalopolis. This was the movie that I was saying that was just absolutely trash. This movie was so bad. It was so bad. Okay. So Megalopolis. This is what Megalopolis is about. The city of New Rome faces the duel between Caesar Catalina, a brilliant artist in favor of an utopian future, and the greedy mayor Franklin Cesaro. Between them is Julia Cesaro, with her loyalty divided between her father and her beloved. The movie was absolutely trash. It was so bad. It was so freaking bad. I missed the first 15 minutes of this movie. So I went maybe the next like hour and a half into the movie thinking like maybe I just missed a big chunk. Like maybe that first 15 minutes had like all the information that I needed in order to deal with this movie. But no, everyone else thought it was trash also, and it was just confusing from beginning to end. It was just so confusing. The story was all over the place. The acting was bad too. It was so weird. The writing was bad. And then also like the acting. It's like the director was like, "Okay, you are acting too good in this scene. We're going to redo this, but I want you to do it bad. Like you're a beginner." It was so bad. But it was nice seeing Shia LaBeouf back on the screen. Shia LaBeouf. I've missed him 3 times now at my job. He's been to my job 3 times, and all 3 times I missed him. One of the times he was walking behind me, and a coworker was just like, that was him. And I was like, what? And like after he already left, he literally walked behind me, was so close to me, and he leaves. And my coworker's like, that was him. I was like, who? And she was like, that was Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf just walked behind you, like walked past you. And I'm like, what? But it was nice seeing Shia LaBeouf. Aubrey Plaza made a really good villain. She did her thing, but the movie was just not good. It was not good at all. Okay, and I honestly grade that a 0 out of 10. Please do not waste your time watching that movie, y'all. It's a 0 out of 10. Beetlejuice, Beetlejuice. This one, oh, and Megalopolis was also sci-fi slash drama. Okay, but now Beetlejuice. I don't need to read the description of the movie or what it's about. Y'all all know Beetlejuice. If you don't know who Beetlejuice is, you're too young to be listening to this. But this is Beetlejuice, the sequel to Beetlejuice. I know all of us millennials were so nervous about how they were going to do this movie. We were all excited for a second Beetlejuice, but we were nervous because this is a classic. This movie is a definition of a classic. A lot of y'all like to throw the word classic and iconic on some of these movies that really is like not worth shit. But this is the definition of a classic, iconic movie. Came out in the 80s, the late 80s. And it's just been over the years, passed down generation to generation of just being one of those like Halloween movies. Shoot, it's even a Christmas movie for me. I'll watch it on Christmas, Halloween, Thanksgiving, all of it. So yeah, I was nervous about it like everyone else, but it was so good, y'all. I graded this an 8 out of 10. My nostalgic heart. It was a great sequel. It was a continuation, but also like a new story. It felt like a brand new story, but it was also continuing, years later, 20 years later from the original. Oh my God, wait, more than 20 years. It was made in the late 80s. Oh my gosh, it's like 30 years. Whoa. Winona Ryder looks good. I love Winona Ryder. I could watch anything with her in it. I once had a picture, which is so funny. I once had a picture on my nightstand of Winona, a random picture that I printed off at the library and framed. It was a black and white picture. And this is when I was decorating my room when I was like gonna move into a new apartment and I was getting all the things together for my new apartment and I was just like, the colors that I want in my room is like black and gray. And so I like just started getting things. I got a comforter, like a gray comforter with like black and gray pillows, got a new headboard that was like black, like, and I just randomly went on Google and and printed out a picture of Winona Ryder in black and white and framed it and put it on my nightstand. What the fuck? This was 25-year-old Meli. The only thing that I had about the movie that was like, that made me a little sad. Lydia was not a badass like she was in the first one. In the first one, Lydia was a badass, and I loved the Lydia character that Winona Ryder played. But in this one, she was just everybody walked all over her. She was like a punching bag. She didn't have a backbone. I didn't like that. I really didn't like that. And I said that to someone else that watched the movie, and it was a mom, and she went and saw it with her daughter. And I said that, and she was like, "Well, she's a mom now." But I'm like, my mama would not be ran over like that and thrown under the bus and everybody telling her what to do and like her just like, oh, okay, I'll do it. Like, no, I don't think all moms are like that. Most moms that I've met stand up for themselves and stand up for what it's like right. So I don't know where she got that from. Oh my god, I loved Catherine O'Hara's character in the movie. I'm so glad that she was in this one more than she was in the first one. Like her character was hilarious. Every time she was on the screen, she was making me laugh so hard. She was honestly the best character in the movie, in my opinion. And Jenna Ortega fit right in the whole like Tim Burton world. She's great. And I feel like she is going to be like the new like Johnny Depp in the Tim Burton world. How Johnny Depp starred in so many of these movies, and Winona Ryder played in a couple. But Jenna Ortega, like being in Wednesday, which is Tim Burton, and now being in this, like I feel like for the new generation, she will be like the new Johnny Depp of the world. And I'm not mad at it. She's great, and she does bring that like darkness and humor to the character, which I loved. So yeah, 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10 for me. I'm excited to see what they do next. What Beetlejuice. You know there's going to be a third one. If this one was Beetlejuice, we know that the third one's going to be Beetlejuice. It's going to be great. I'm excited. Check it out before it leaves theaters because I would watch it in theaters before streaming. And I guess I'll also put that with this movie review if it's worth paying. Okay, I'll do that too. If it's worth paying to go see in theaters, or is it worth seeing at home? My old ass, I think my old ass, I'd say I'd say wait until it's streaming. I still give it a 10 out of 10, but it's not a movie where I'm just like, go spend that $20 to go to me. Oh, yeah. And then you have to add popcorn. So go spend that $40 to go see it at the movie theater, you know? But I think it would do very well watching it at home, streaming it. My old ass, still 10 out of 10, but wait until it becomes available on streaming. Megalopolis, don't watch that anywhere. Don't. I repeat, do not waste your time. That almost 3 hour long movie, do not waste your time. Beetlejuice, go watch that in theaters. Next is Speak No Evil. This is a horror slash drama. Family is invited to spend a whole weekend in a lonely home in the countryside, but as the weekend progresses, they realize that a dark side lies within the family who invited them. Mm. I thought it was one of the funniest psychological thrillers that I've like ever seen. Like real life, one of the funniest. Like it was like it's under the horror slash drama category, but I honestly think it should be horror slash drama slash comedy. It was funny. I thought it was a funny movie. It was good though. I rate that an 8 out of 10. Um, James McAvoy, he never disappoints. Every time, every movie that he's in, he really puts his whole pussy into his role. Like, he's great. He did really good. The family that was invited, the family at the movie, like the main character family that goes and stays at the place where the strange family is, are all fucking idiots. At least two times in the movie of each character, they pissed me off with some of the dumb shit they were doing. They should have left a long time ago. They were just being extra. But that makes a good like suspense thriller. If if the main character does not piss you off at least three times in the movie, then it's not a good psychological thriller. You kind of have to be a little dumb in order for the movie to work. If you're too smart, then it won't work. But the mom in the movie, she got those heifers together. She got those heifers together. Oh my, she was not playing. She had her dumb moments, but then she was like, okay, I'm not playing with y'all. Y'all gonna stop talking to my kid like this. Y'all are gonna stop talking to me like this. You can mother. She went from mama to mother. Like even getting her husband together, he was the most annoying, weakest character in that whole movie. He had no balls, no spine. Like he was insufferable. And the mom, she was just like, okay, I'm the head of this family. I'm going to get it together. Like, Frank, get your shit together, Frank. I don't even know if that was his name, but he looked like a Frank. She was like, get your shit together, Frank. She did the damn thing. It was a good movie. It was, and the reveal of what was really going on was a really good reveal. I say Speak No Evil. Go check it out in theaters. I think it's a theater movie, or wait until it comes out. That's one I'm gonna give like half and half. If you want to go see it in movies, go see it in movies. If you want to wait till it's streaming, go see it. I give it an 8 out of 10. Next is Transformers 1. Not going to read the description to that one because everybody has seen Transformers. Everybody, even if you didn't want to watch it, even if your boyfriend dragged you to watch one of the films, or you had a brother that was watching it, or you just watched it. Like I really enjoyed the Transformers film. So this one takes us on back. This is called Transformers 1, and this is the origin story of what happened between Optimus Prime and Megalopolis. No, Optimus Prime and Megatron. I rated this a 10 out of 10 for the category action and sci fi. and animation. I thought it was so good. This was so much better than I thought it was going to be. I legit thought this movie not was going to suck, but I was just like, man, like, what's the point? Like, and it's all animated. Like, I like the. I was one of those kids that really enjoyed seeing the movies where it was just like us humans and then some like animation put in like a human world, like the Who Framed Roger Rabbit. I was like, oh my gosh, this is so crazy. Like, it's not just like a cartoon, and it's not just like a regular movie. Like, this is like the two worlds combined. Like, I just love seeing stuff like that. And so, like, I also played with Transformers and watched Transformers, the cartoon, whenever I was little. So when they came out with this like new one years ago where like Shia LaBeouf was in it, it was just like really cool to me. Like, I love seeing movies like that. I like how the Looney Tune movies and stuff like that. So I was just like, oh, they're making this like it's the whole thing's gonna be animated. They're just trying to make money off of the Transformers name. They know if they could slap Transformers on something, a lot of people are gonna see it because of the reputation it had in the past. Shia LaBeouf and Megan Fox like really catapulted their careers. And they were just really good movies. Some of them, not all of them. Oof. Yeah, not all of them. The last two for me was just not well. But but it was just so much better than I expected. It was really good. The story was really good. The action was really good. I was not bored. And I feel like they took the dignity back. They took back the dignity of Transformers, the name Transformers. Welcome back, Transformers, back to our world. I know after getting good reviews and all the people that went to go see it, I know Hollywood is going to be like, okay, we need to make 45 more of these. It made so much money and we have these big actors. We need to make so many more. So I'm pretty sure we're going to have like 1,000 more of these and they're just going to ruin everything. But so far with the first one, they did great. 10 out of 10. Next is Blink Twice. Oof. This is the directorial debut of my girl, Zoe Kravitz. Love Zoe Kravitz. One day we will work together documenting this, guys. You heard it here first. One day me and Zoe Kravitz will be working together. But this movie is about a tech billionaire, Slater King, meets cocktail waitress Frida at his fundraising gala. He invites her to join him and his friends on a dream vacation on his private island. As strange things start to happen, Frida questions her reality. Oh, and this is the category of psychological thriller, mystery. Yeah. And I rate this a I'm going to give this a 10 out of 10. I thought this movie from beginning to end was absolutely, it was absolutely just fantastic. It was fantastic. Blink Twice was really good. The message was really good, but it wasn't such a message that was like right in your face, even though it was like in your face the whole time, but it was not right in your face. It wasn't too on the nose. It was perfect. I I for one, I enjoy psychological thrillers, and this was a psychological thriller because you have moments where you're like, okay, what is real? Is she hallucinating? What's going on this island? Really good. I think every character was like perfect. Like every actor for the characters was just perfect. It was just really, it was really good. I'd say go watch that in theaters, y'all. Go watch Blink Twice in theaters. 10 out of 10 for psychological thrillers. Okay, next is Never Let Go. The new Halle Berry's film. Anything Halle Berry's in, she puts her whole puss in. Never Let Go. I rated that a 7 out of 10. This category is a horror slash suspense category. 7 out of 10. This is about a family that has been haunted by an evil spirit for years. Their safety and their surroundings come into question when one of the children questions if the evil is real. I thought the actors that was chosen for this movie was also perfect. Those little boys, they did absolutely amazing. Like, I don't know if this was their first film or not, but they seem so seasoned, like up there with Hallie. And she was even proud. Saw an interview that they did on the Kelly Clarkson show, and Hallie was even just like astonished and proud of them. She said that they were two of the best people that she's ever acted with, and they really are. Like the facial expressions, just like the mood, everything. And and it's so funny that Halle Berry is even like with the whole hair situation. Halle Berry is even in on the joke of like a distraught wig from Halle Berry. How like we know it's going to be a good Halle Berry film if the wig is very distraught, and in a lot of movies she has a distraught wig, and we got another beautiful distraught wig from Miss Halle Berry. She did not disappoint, and she really dove deep into this role. She did really good. And it was scary, but not too scary for my likings. Because for me, I'm not a huge horror fan. I don't like watching a movie and then going home by myself or being the only one awake. And every little sound, you feel like whatever you just watched on the screen is there to kill you. So it was scary, but it wasn't too scary for my likings. And I watched it alone. Yeah, story was great. 7 out of 10. Never Let Go. I say go see it in theaters to support my girl Halle Berry. Or you could watch it at home and support my girl Halle Berry. Yeah. Next is Blue Beetle. So this one is a bit of a throwback movie. I did not watch Blue Beetle whenever it came out in theaters before, when it came out last year. So whenever I saw that Regal was playing Blue Beetle again, I was like, hey, let's do it. Let's go watch Blue Beetle. And I'm so glad I did. This was in the action slash sci-fi category, and I give it an 8 out of 10. Blue Beetle was a great movie. It was a great movie. It felt really long, but it was like a really good movie. I could see that as a series. It really represented the Mexican community so well. Thought it was really great, and they had a big budget. They had a big budget. Like, oh my god, they had a really good, healthy budget. It was really good. Like nothing looked cheap. Like it was just they had a good budget. They had a good budget. I like the story. The reason why it's not getting a 10 out of 10 for me is because from my own personal annoyance of the whole like cuz I'm a superhero fan. I grew up just like loving watching like the DC and Marvel things, like the cartoons and stuff, and then like the movies, and then whenever it became popular to the rest of the world, going to go see those movies. So I've seen countless movies of someone getting their powers and being like, "Oh my god, oh I have power!" Like not choosing to have their powers choose them, and just that whole thing of like, oh, I have powers and I don't know how to use them and help, and oh my god, this is out of control, and like, why me? And like, oh, I don't want to have powers. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, so that's just my own personal. That's why I did not get a 10 out of 10. I got an 8 out of 10 because I'm just like, okay, I've been through that before, and it's just kind of annoying whenever I see it. I'm just like, oh, I wish I could just fast forward whenever they're like getting comfortable with their powers and then like just kicking some bad guys' ass. So, but yeah, other than that, so good. 8 out of 10. I really hope they have a sequel because I'm really ready to see Blue Beetle in his like prime and like doing his thing like after already being used to his powers and not, towards the end of whenever he's getting comfortable. But most of the movie was like getting his butt kicked. But I thought it was really good. Um, really hope they have a sequel. Next, The Substance. Ooh. The Substance. Oh my gosh. This one was in the horror sci-fi category. Jesus, take the wheel. What do I rate this? I don't know. I put a question mark where I'm supposed to rate this. I honestly don't know what to rate this. So many people ask me, what did I think? Did I like The Substance? I don't know. It's been 2 weeks since I've watched The Substance, and I still don't know if I liked this. Like, it is weird. That movie was gross. It was gross. I didn't know what body horror was until I watched this movie, and it is the definition of body horror. It is absolutely gross. I'm pretty sure y'all have heard and y'all have seen TikToks and stuff about the movie. It is fucking gross. Ugh, it was disturbing. It was nasty. There was pus, throw up, blood. I don't know if y'all heard about the scene. And I'm also not spoiling these for y'all because I don't want to be a movie review person and spoil the whole movie because I want y'all to like go see some of these movies. So I'm not going to spoil it, but there was this one scene where there was just blood and it was just like one full minute, a whole minute of just blood being squirted everywhere on everyone. And it was just what like is this called for? And the ending was just weird and kind of stupid. So this one I'm going to say watch at your own risk. Watch at your own risk. Oof. Okay, I gotta go to the next one. I'm having flashbacks and it's grossing me out. So the latest movie that I watched this one 2 or 3 days ago. Joker 2 Fale Adu. This one is in the musical slash thriller category, and I know y'all are like, ugh. Some of y'all are like so disgusted with this film because it's a musical, but get over it, y'all. I rated this as an 8 out of 10. It was very deep. It was very deep, y'all. I left this movie kind of like depressed, honestly, but it was very deep, and I think everyone should watch this film. I think everyone should watch this film at a different angle. Don't go into the movie thinking or in that mindset of like ready to see Joker go in there and fuck shit up and blow people up and chop people's heads off and just be crazy wacky, and then Harley Quinn is just as crazy and wacky as him and going in there and just doing wild things and also just being this hot blonde that is just hopping around and just mad out of her mind. Like that's what everyone was like expecting. I say go into the movie looking at it at a different angle, at a mental health angle. Look at it in a way of just like, what can I learn from this? What is this trying to teach us? What message is this movie trying to teach? And why is this so important? Because this movie was so real. It was so real. I think we can all agree. All everyone that has or has had mental health struggles of depression, anxiety, so many different ones, but almost everyone can relate to this, even though it's the Joker. And I think because some people were just like, the Joker, they could have done that with any other character. Like, why the Joker? Why did they choose the Joker to do this, to make it this deep and about mental health? Like, they screwed it up. Like, this is an iconic villain. Like, but I think that's the perfect one. He is one of the most iconic villain ever. And so why not put this message in there and like what seeing like the first one and seeing like how it kind of like started and like getting the wheels turning, but just really getting deep into that and medication and people not believing you, and I'm doing quotation fingers, blaming your mental health on like why you make the decisions, and then feeling empathy and sympathy and like falling in love, being stupid for love. It's really deep. And I already saw it at like a deeper angle, but I talked to two people that went to go see it. It was a mother and daughter, and we just had a long conversation about this movie. Like, and they were teaching me things, and they were like opening my eyes to things where I was like, wow, I didn't even think of it as this way and that way. Like, they really went and watched the movie and really learned a lot from it. And I appreciate it. That's art. That's art. That is art to me. The movie was art for me. So I say look at it at a different angle. I didn't think the music was unnecessary. A lot of people were just like, oh, it was a musical and it was just singing out of nowhere. No, I didn't think it was unnecessary. Like, knowing how important music is to Arthur slash Joker and what it means to him, and I didn't think it was unnecessary. It's always nice to see where the madness came from and seeing that vulnerable side of a villain like Maleficent. We were all just like, what a fucking bitch, the evil queen. Like, watching the old like Sleeping Beauty and stuff, we're like, that fucking bitch. Nobody liked the evil queen. But then when they came out with Maleficent, we're like, oh my gosh, like, girl, she just need a hug. She just need a hug. So yeah, so like seeing this, Joker just needed a hug. He really did just need a hug. So yeah, going and watching it at a different angle, y'all. Dynamic. And the relationship dynamic between Joker and Harley was so different than we're used to seeing. I'd say get your asses to the theaters and go watch the Joker. Vale adieu. Go watch it. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Go watch it. And go bring friends, go bring siblings, bring family members. Go and watch it, y'all, and look at it at a different angle. And you will be pleasantly surprised. Yeah. Okay, y'all. That's all we got here. Thank you for listening from beginning to end. There's some movies that I recommended going to go see in theaters, and there's some that you should just, watch it at home whenever it gets on streaming. Go watch the movies, y'all. I think honestly, going to go see movies, have been such a getaway. Whenever I'm sitting in my own like brain and just having all these thoughts, because I was diagnosed with ADHD. And so with ADHD, you do have like a mind that races. And then I also have like anxiety and depression. So my mind is just like racing, and then like it's not always like good happy thoughts. It's sometimes just like very out there thoughts and untrue thoughts and depressing thoughts. So like going to go see a movie, go seeing it in a dark theater, and the only thing that's lit up is this huge screen, and being able to just like focus on that is great. And you get to go inside another world for the next 2, sometimes 3 hours, instead of going to go spend that money on, instead of spending that, I watch free movies, but just for everyone else, instead of spending that, what, $13 to $15 on a drink at a bar or a club, just go spend that money on going to go watch a good movie that you're going to just to relax in a, depends on what theater you're in, but some just have really good like reclining chairs, just like relaxing in, eating some junk food, and just escaping into another world. Not having to dress up and look cute for people, go into some like, go in some sweats and just, yeah. So it's nice. It's nice. Go watch a movie, guys. I know streaming has been so convenient since COVID, but go to the movies. Make sure you are subscribed and that you like and you comment. I would love to hear from y'all. Either comment, I have the comments open on Spotify and on YouTube. Comment and let me know what you want to hear me talk about, or what segment you want me to do, or what games that you want me to play. I will have guests on soon. I'm going to have so many guests. It's going to be such a great time. But I want you guys to know how happy recording this podcast makes me. And I really enjoy it. And I enjoy like releasing it for y'all to hear. Until next time, y'all. Peace, love, and pop.